Let's look at our Thursday page now. On our Thursday page, we're choosing another transition to switch from the first sentence to the second sentence. What, Nakai?
It's Wednesday.
No, we did Wednesday already. We're doing Thursday now. Or sorry, yeah, you're right. It is Wednesday page. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself. Wednesday page. Our two sentences are Samantha loves dragonflies. Blank see them better, she brought her binoculars. My four answer choices are in addition to, another, also, and in order to. Who can tell me what answer choice should I pick to change from the first sentence to the second sentence? Jadine?
In order to.
Okay, let's see. Samantha loves dragonflies. In order to see them better, she brought her binoculars. That transition would work fantastically. The binoculars are there so that she can see them. Because without them, because they're either too far away or, well, if it's binoculars, it's probably that they're too far away. But because they're too far away from her, she can't really see them very well unless she uses the binoculars to see further away. And it could be because dragonflies can kind of get scared if you walk too close to them and they'll fly away. Maybe she has to use the binoculars so she doesn't scare them off. Okay, this time we have to, instead of pick the relative pronoun, we have to write the pronoun. We have.
That was what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay. So this is just like on the other pages where they gave us two choices. All we have to do is just fill in the blank. So instead of picking, now we have to write. Jacob is the boy blank plays chess. Kylie, what do you think? Well, we're talking about a boy, right? About a person. Would we use that to talk about a person? Who? Jacob is the boy who plays chess. If we were talking about the pieces that he uses, that we could use that. But since we're talking about a person, it would be who. What about the next one? Lucia is the girl blank I gave the paper. Or sorry, Lucia is the girl to blank I gave the paper. Bella, what do you think? What word belongs in the blank? Okay. Who is not bad? The one that we're looking for would be whom. Because if someone asked us, who did you give the paper to? We would say her. If you would answer with her or with him, then we use whom. If you would answer with he or she, then we use who without the M. Victoria is the girl, blank is the cheerleader. Victoria is the girl, blank is the cheerleader. Christopher, what do you say? What word goes in the blank? Who? Victoria is the girl who is the cheerleader. Because if someone asked you who's the cheerleader, you would say she is. In the last sentence, there is the cat blank scratched me. There is the cat blank scratched me. Jadine, what word belongs in that blank?
Who?
Not who, because a cat's not a person. We use who for people. So who can tell me? Because I don't want to use who or whom because that's for people. But the cat's not a person. Kylie? That. If I'm talking about something that is not a person, I would use that. There is the cat that scratched me. So if it was a person, Jadine, if it was like your sister that scratched you, we could use who. There's the girl who scratched me. But since it's not a person, we use that. What about my sentence? I need to find all the mistakes I can. Farmers' wives are busy baking loaves of bread. There's a few mistakes in this one. Who thinks they can find one mistake from Jada? What's one mistake? One mistake in this sentence. The F in farmers has to be capitalized. It's the very first word in the sentence. It should always be capitalized. Kylie, what's another mistake? Loaves is spelled wrong. Good catch. How should I spell it if I want to spell it correctly? Very good. We had that for our spelling one time. So when you have a word that ends with the letter F or the letters FE and you make it plural, you have to change the F to a V and put ES. So LOAVES. Good job. Okay. There's still a few mistakes. Bella. Two mistakes left. Both of them are punctuation, actually. They forgot a period at the end of the sentence. I don't want to put a question mark because we're not asking. And I don't want to put an exclamation mark because we're not excited or shouting or yelling. Okay, there's one last punctuation mistake that's hiding out here. One last punctuation mistake, and it's actually a lot like the page we did for Tuesday. Got a similar punctuation mistake to that. Jadine?
Wives?
It's not a comma, but you're right. If it goes up, we call it what? What's the name for it? Its commas are on the ground and the other ones are up in the air, so we call them up. Okay, who can help her out? What do we call them? Because she's right. That's exactly where it should go, but it's not called a comma. It looks like one, but since it's up in the air, we call it a violet. What do we call it? We don't call it a violet, but what's it called?
Apostrophe.
An apostrophe, because it's up in the air. So we put an apostrophe between the E and the S in wives because. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Ooh, sorry. It's not in wives. I was ahead. I was mistaken. You're right. There's an apostrophe. It is missing, but it's not in the word wives because if I look after the word wives, R doesn't belong to the wives. The apostrophe S shows me that it belongs to something or it goes with something. So there is an apostrophe missing, but not from wives. Noah?
Farmers?
Farmers. Now in this case, the apostrophe doesn't go between the R and the S. The apostrophe goes after the S. Because it's a group of farmers. Multiple farmers, their wives are the ones baking the bread. If I put it in front of the S, that means that only one farmer, like one farmer has 15 wives and they're all making bread. And I don't think they'd all have to make bread. That'd be a lot of bread for just one family of people. There is something wrong with wives though. There's something wrong with wives, and it's a lot like the mistake that Kylie found earlier. Bella, do you know what the mistake is? What's wrong with wives? It should be VES because again, there's more than one. Okay, and I'm sorry, I completely messed those up. So it should be capital farmers with an apostrophe at the end because there's more than one farmer that these wives are married to. Farmers, and then it's not wives, it's wives. WIVES are always busy baking. Oh, baking with a G, not bacon. Loaves, LOAVES, of bread. Period. Ooh, I'm glad I caught that one. I almost left mistakes in this sentence. I almost let them slide by. Okay. Let's look at the next part. We've got two sentences with a couple of adjectives in them, and we have to pick the sentence that puts the adjectives in the right order. Choose the correct sentence. We have, in the story, the young silly fool learned his lesson. Or, in the story, the silly young fool learned his lesson. Oh, we just finished up with the sentence, Kylie. What do we think? A or B, which one is better? Jadine, which one's better? Okay, B. In the story, the silly young fool learned his lesson. We'd wanna describe him before we talk about the age. What about the second one? Our two sentences are: Dad has a dirty old cotton shirt, or Dad has a cotton dirty old shirt. Jaylene, what do you think? A or B?
Whitney?
Which one do you think? A or B?
I think it's A.
A. We want to talk about the condition it's in, then the age, and then what the material is. So Dad has a dirty old cotton shirt. And the last part of our Wednesday page, Amelia spotted a beautiful dragonfly. Amelia called everyone to see the dragonfly. I want to combine these sentences, and they give me two different ways to do it. A says Amelia spotted a beautiful dragonfly, and she called everyone to see the dragonfly. Or, Amelia called everyone to see the dragonfly she spotted. Who thinks they know the correct answer? Is it A or is it B? Christopher, what do you think? A or B? A. Amelia spotted the beautiful dragonfly and she called everyone to see the dragonfly. I don't think that A is bad, but I think that B is better. The reason why I would pick B instead of A is because A has some repetition. Dragonfly and dragonfly. We talked about this when we were looking at our pieces of writing. If we can, we want to make sure that we do not repeat ourselves, or if we do, that we're doing it as little as possible. If I look at answer choice B, it tells me the exact same thing. Amelia called everyone to see the dragonfly she spotted, but answer choice B is able to say the exact same thing without repeating words. So normally I would say, yeah, A, they have the comma and the conjunction, which is great, but I think B is a little bit better because it doesn't have that repetition. So here's our page. If you missed anything, go ahead, take the time now and fix your answers.